Hi, welcome to my video on the equation of ellipse. Change general form to transformational form. General form to transformational form of ellipse. The general form is ax squared plus by squared plus cx plus dy plus e equals 0, where a is not equal to b and both a and b are positive or both of them are negative. So the transformational form is x minus h all squared all over a squared, which is the horizontal stretch when you do the square root, plus y minus k all squared all over b squared, which is the vertical stretch when you do the square root, and equals 1. So if you take the general form, which is right here, and you want to change it to this transformational form, then you'll take the e and you'll move it to the right side. So the e will move over and change sides. You'll group your x's and y's together. Group your x's together and group your y's together. You will factor out the coefficient. That's with the x squared and the y squared. So the coefficient of x squared and y squared is 1. And then you'll complete the square on the x's and the y's, and you'll balance by adding the square of, when you do the x and the square of the y, you balance on the right side. Then you factor the x's as a binomial squared, you factor the y's as a binomial squared, and you'll simplify the right side, which will give you a constant. Then you divide each part by the constant that's on the right, and then you simplify. Here we go. Let's do an example. Change to transformational form. So I'll do one step at a time. I'll move the 4 to the right side and make it negative. Now I'll group the x's and I'll group the y's, and group the x's and group the y's. So I got the x's grouped together and y. Now we're going to factor the so the coefficient of the x squared and the y squared is 1. So we'll remove the GCF of 4. So we get an x squared minus 2x. And we'll take out the 9. 9 is the GCF. In 9 and 36, we get a y squared plus 4y. Negative 4. Now that we have that done, we'll complete the square on the x's and y's. So half of negative 2 is negative 1 squared is 1. So we'll add 1. And a half of 4 squared is 2. Half of 4 is 2. 2 squared is 4. And we balance it. Notice we got 9 times 4 is 36. And yes, when I put the 1 here, I forgot to balance it. So putting a 1 in here to complete the square, I got to go 4 times 1 makes 4. So when you put the square in here, you have to multiply this square, whatever it is you put here, 4 times that to balance it. When you complete the square on this one, you get a 4, so you got to go 9 times 4 is 36. Now, 4 is there. We factor this as an x. Half of that is negative 1. There's the binomial squared. 9. Y. Half of plus 4 is plus 2 squared. And the 4's cancel out and we get a 36. Now, we divide all parts by 36. The reason is we want this right side to be a 1. So 4 into 36 goes 9, so we get x minus 1 squared over 9. 9 into 36 goes 4, so we get y plus 2 squared over 4. So there's the transformational form. And again, you just keep practicing, and the more practice, the better you become. There we go. Let's do some more. The more we do, the better. And we have a general form, but there's the x, there's only an x squared and a y squared, so there's no x's to group. The constant is already over on the right side, so we'll divide by 64. And 16 into 64 goes 4, so we get x squared over 4. 4 into 16, 4 into 64 goes 16, and we get a 1. So again, 16 into 64 goes 4. Once, 4. 4 into 4 goes once, 4 into 64 goes 16, and we get a 1. Now we have to complete the square here. And let's see, we're going to change it to, so we group, we can move, group the x's. Let's do a couple of things. Let's group the x's, and we'll group the y's. So we'll cut it a little bit shorter. Group the x's, group the y's, and move the 231 to the right side to make it positive. We move the 16. 16 is the GCF, so 16 and 16 goes once, 16 and the 96 goes 6. And we take the 25 out as the GCF, y squared plus 2y. Okay, now we complete the square and balance. Half of 6 is 3 squared is 9. So 16 times 9 is 144. Half of 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1. So we get a 25. Now we get a 16. And this is a trinomial perfect square. So it's an x. Half of plus 6 is a plus 3. So x plus 3 squared will give you this trinomial. 25. Y squared is a y. Half of plus 2 is a plus 1. So the factor of this trinomial would get x plus 1 squared. And we add all those up, and let's see, add up with your calculator, you should get 400. And now we divide all parts by the 400. The main reason is divide by 400 because we want a 1 there, the transformational form. So 16 into 400 goes 25. Normally works out to be this way. And we get y plus 1 all squared. So 25 into 400 goes 16. And 16 times 25 is 400. So when you divide, you get 25. When you divide here, you get 16. And another one to do. Here we go. Let's see. We have to group the x's. We group the y's. And move the 78 over to become a minus. And we complete the square with nothing to factor here, so we just leave that alone. Take the 9 out because of the GCF. Remember the coefficient we want is 1 here. 1 here is y squared, and 54 divided by 9, 6 9s are 54. Okay. So we complete the square. There's x, a half of negative 2 is negative 1 squared is 1. So we balance it with a 1. And we take 9 and we complete the square. Half of 6 is 3. 3 squared is 9. So that's 9 times 9 is 81. And so this is an x minus 1 squared. Half of negative 2 is negative 1. This is 9. Half of 6 is 3, so it's y plus 3 squared. And 81, so that adds up to give me a 9. 92. Yep. Hopefully it's 78. 9 9s are 81. So 82 and 78 is, adds up to be 78 and 82 is a 4. Now, okay. I need to go back and take some lessons on adding. Now we have to divide by 4. So this is x minus 1 all squared over 4. Now we got a 9 that can't cancel. So if I want to be like this is a little trick here. 9 over 4 becomes 4 over 9 on the bottom when you divide. And this is the 1. Remember, I want a 1 here. So I thought this would add up to 9 to cancel here, but it didn't. 78, add on 1. That's 77, so that's a 4. So you got to divide by 4 to make this a 1. So notice that if you 9 over 4, the reciprocal is 4 over 9. So you reverse this fraction down on the bottom. So if you take this y plus 3 squared and divide it by this, so y plus 3 squared is times the reciprocal multiplied by 9 over 4. That gives you that there. So to divide, you do the reciprocal. Just a little trick you have to watch out for. And we have some more to do, but this time we have some negatives. So let's remove the negatives by dividing or multiplying. So we're multiplying by negative 1. We're dividing by negative 1. So we have an x squared and a y squared. We have a plus sign, which is what we want. And these two numbers are different, so we have an ellipse. So we factor out, we group the x's. No factoring yet. We group the x's. We group the y's. And we move the 205 to make it negative on the right side. Factor out the 4 to make the coefficient of x squared 1. Factor the 9 to make the coefficient of y squared 1. Now we're ready to complete the squares. So half of 4 is 2. 2 squared is 4. So 4 times 4 is 16 to balance it. Half of 10 is negative 5 squared is 25. And 9 times 25 is 175. Nope. 9. What am I doing? 225. 25 times 9 is 225. So we get 4. X, a half of, that's a 4. Half of plus 4 is a plus 2 being squared. We got a 9. Half of negative 10 is, so it's y minus 5 squared. And what does this add up to? It should add up to, well, in this case, if it adds up to be perfect, it's 36. 4 times 9 is 36. So we get a 36, 36, 36. So now we get an x plus 2 squared. 4 cancels into 36, 9. 9 cancels into 36, 4. And equals a 1. So there's the transformational form, completing the square. Just be careful. Just be careful of what you're doing. It takes practice. And last one is graph. Again, this is an ellipse because you have a plus sign. You have an x squared and you have a y squared. And this is a 1 and that's a 16. So they're different. So this is an ellipse. So we group the x's. We group the y's. And we move the 9, make it negative. Notice we're going to graph this. So to graph this, I need the, I need it in the, I could, if I need it in the transformational form, so then I pick out the center and the stretches and everything is okay. Here we go. So I factor out to 16. 16 divided by 16 is 1. 32 divided by 16 is negative 2. And this is already a 1, so I don't have to. And complete the square. So that makes this x squared. Half of negative 2 is negative 1 squared. So that's plus 16. Half of 3 is half of 6 is 3. 3 squared is 9. So we add on a 9. So they cancel. So this is x. That's, I want to take that, I don't want to leave that blob there. I'm just going to remove it so you just watch. Pull this magic trick of whitener. Helps me when I'm writing up my quizzes or writing up my videos. And complete the square, done 1. So that's an x minus 1 squared. Half of negative 2 is negative 1. And a half of 6 is 3. Y plus 3 squared equals 16. And we divide by 16 to make it a 1. We divide by 16, so we get y plus 3 squared. And we divide by 16. 16 cancels, so I get an x. Now I can leave it like that with the plus sign and just put it over 1, so you have the fractions. Now we want to graph this, so we have a center of, the center is 1, negative 3. So this a squared is 1, so a is 1. Could be plus or minus, but we just said horizontal stretch is 1. B squared is 16, so B is 4. Vertical stretch is 4. So we want to graph this, so we plot the center. The center is 1, negative 3. X is 1, y is negative 3, right there. The horizontal stretch is 1, so we'll go 1 to the right and 1 to the left. The vertical stretch is 4, so we'll go 4 up, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll go 4 down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure 1, 2, there it is. And we just take our time. There's the ellipse. So these are the vertices, V1, V2. These are the co-vertices. And the length of the stretch here is 1, 1, so the length of the horizontal axis is 2, because it's double the stretch. And the length of this axis is 4, and 4 is 8, is it double the 4. And these are the co-vertices here and here. There's just touching there, tangent, just touching. So there's a co-vertex and a co-vertex. And that's, so you had to change the general form to transformational form in order to get the center and you get the stretches. Draw a picture, a rough graph of what we're doing. So that brings us to the end of this video. And again, if you liked my video, click on the like button. If you're not a subscriber, click on the subscribe button. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com. Notice one word, Math Fully Explained. To find more information, visit this website to find more information about me, my videos, and the content that's on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Hope the video was of some help to you. Bye-bye.